brotherly love once you and Dave get on the track, and here's what he said.
None at all. In the garage, we work side by side. Here at the track, we work side by side. But when we get out on the track, it's every man for himself. I would never wreck him, and he would never wreck me. We just race really good. We have a good time together out there, right? But I wouldn't let him win if I was winning because he needed points, and he wouldn't do the same for me. Because that's not racing to us. We go out there and we go for it.
Just a young rookie. Father and brother have helped him out considerably, and he is learning the rudiments of TQ midget racing in great style. Now, there's the race order. Dave McKnight in first, brother Steve is second, Jim Muncie third, Bob Crawford fourth, Bruce Jones fifth, and Vince Cristiano is next. He's in sixth position. And we have 13 cars out of 22 still running. It's been a tough day on machinery, Diz.
It certainly has, Bill. All those cars run on that methanol fuel, which, as the racer says, it gives them a bigger bang for their buck. And those 820cc engines are really humming.
Well, these two brothers are really demonstrating what Steve McKnight just said. There is no brotherly love between them at the moment, as Steve tries every trick to get by his brother on this last lap. There's the white flag.
This has really turned into a family affair. Look at them go at each other. It should be interesting to see how Dave McKnight handles that slower traffic in front as Stevie goes a bit wide in corner 4. And that's it. Dave McKnight from Brampton, Ontario wins the Molson Superbowl racing at Barrie Speedway.
And there are the final standings. First place, Dave McKnight. Steve McKnight second. Jim Muncie third. Crawford is fourth. Jones fifth. And Tim Nunny ends up in sixth place. Those were the cars that finished this grueling TQ midget encounter as we go down to the finish line with a comment from the race winner and Can-Am midget points leader, Dave McKnight. There's part of the crowd, and we're going to have some trophy presentations in just a couple seconds.
Great race, really. It was a tough one, as you said before, at the halftime.
Yeah, my brother was running really good. I didn't know if I was going to get him. I just kind of picked and chose and waited, and fortunately I got lucky, come a little high coming out of number 2 over there, and I was able to get under him, so I must say he drove a hell of a race, my brother. He's hard to get by, very hard.
Presenting the third place trophy to Jim Muncie from Scarborough, Ontario's Molson representative Rob Rattray. And to Steve McKnight, a special prize along with second place trophy.
Thank you.
For first place, Dave McKnight, the Molson trophy and the winner's share of the Super Bowl purse. So for Dizzy Dean Murray, this is Bill Inkle from Barrie Speedway in Ontario saying so long from the Molson Super Bowl of Midget, the prize money and the Molson Canadian Trophy. With me is Gary Wickett, the man who'll be calling the action.
Well, Bill, 22 of the 40 competitors here today will qualify for our 50-lap main event,
and they do so by competing in several heat races. However, yesterday, I'll tell you, we had some real exciting action with Dave McKnight Jr., the current record holder, first man up. Dave, in his brand new number 06 car, is also the Can-Am champion, and he proved his racing prowess by breaking the old lap record with his 15.212 second run. And I've got to say that everyone here figured no one would top that until their younger McKnight, Steve, wheeled out of corner number 4, crossed the finish line, and broke the timing beam at a new record of 15.137 seconds. Unlike last year when the McKnight brothers started in the 1-2 position, the number 1 car, Arnie Bray, came out onto the track, took second spot with a very impressive 15.203 seconds.
The 6 top qualifiers from yesterday will be in a shootout today to see who's going to occupy that pole position.
That's right, Bill.
And my old buddy, Craig Hill, the ex-Canadian champion, is in the pit area. He's going to explain the many varieties of TQ racing cars.
Well, Bill, actually, there's 3 very distinct designs here today. If you take my car, it's called a traditional upright. This is much the same as they run in USAC and midget races throughout the United States, both on dirt and pavement. As you can see, Bill, the engine sits right center between the chassis, and you have 1 foot on either side of the car. And when you sit in the car, you sit in a very upright position like this. Now let's have a look at Kenny Graham's car, Bill. This is what's called a roadster design. As you can see, the engine lays right out to the left, which gives it a big advantage in the corners because all the weight's down over here on the inside wheels. Has independent suspension on the front, and the driver, he sits in a very different position than when I sit in my car. He lays down in this car, just like a formula car, and it just makes it a much more comfortable car to drive on pavement. Now let's look at John Lockhart's car here, Bill. It's very different. As you can see on the front suspension here, is also independent, but he combines the round nose like mine, the round tail where the tank is, but the engine is off to the left and sticking out in the side. So he has the advantage of the weight down low on the inside. Three very distinct designs of cars. But you know what? When the green flag goes down, it's all up to the driver.
Thanks very much, Craig. Incidentally, we've mounted a camera in Craig's number 35 car, and hopefully we'll be able to talk to him during the yellow caution flag laps. We'll be back with more from Alan Blight's Barrie Speedway in just a moment. Speedway of the Molson Superbowl of TQ Midget. As mentioned in our opening, the Can-Am Association is running several heat races to determine which cars will go into the 50-lap feature. As you can see, only the top 3 cars from this race will advance, but the rest will still have an opportunity in the last chance race. Last year's point champion Vince Cristiano has the pole position for this one, and here's Gary Wickett.
Thanks, Bill. Right beside Cristiano's black number 2 is John Pennell in the number 81 TQ, and Pennell doesn't waste any time at all going around Cristiano using the upper groove. Quite a contrast in car design between these two as they come out of turn. Oh, Pennell just shut the door on Cristiano and chopped him off going into corner number 4. That gives the number 10, Ken Karpovich, a chance to edge up on the second place man, with Pennell firmly in the lead and number 31, Wayne Turnbull, in 4th place.
That is a very unusual design for a TQ Midget. It looks more like a formula-style body.
I have to agree with you on that, Bill, and I tell you, he is almost laying down on his back driving that car. Totally different design. Looks like a Formula 1 car. Very low, very sleek, with the wing on it.
These drivers are fairly well spread out now, and I suppose the idea is to hold your position so that you can be assured of a starting spot in the feature. I had a chance to talk to number 2 Vince Cristiano, who has a new car, about the problems he was having with his sliding around.
For some reason, with the rain we've been having, I think there's no rubber down, and so it's just a matter of running at it and getting the rubber down in the groove in it, and then go back out occasionally and try it and see just how hard you can get into it. You know, if you can't get into it, or if you can't get into it coming out of the corners with your foot buried, you might as well just pack it in. That's the name of the game. Get off it, get on it, and never take your foot out till you hit the, you know, you come up to the wall, you know, and then your car should just be straight going. But if you got to feather it, then you're not running as good as you should.
Well, there's somebody who's not running as good as he should. It's number 24, John Lockhart from Burlington, Ontario.
Yeah, it looks like he is having some handling problems this afternoon, Bill.
There's the green flag, and this heat race is underway again with number 81, John Pennell, still in front.
And, of course, he's followed by Cristiano, Karpovich, Wayne Turnbull, and Rich Watkins as they dice it down into turn number 3, coming out of 4 down the front chute. Pennell in the lead in that sleek-looking number 81 car, followed by the number 2 car, Cristiano, right on his rear end. And, of course, Vince, a veteran driver. He is from Tonawanda, New York. He knows what racing's all about. He's been in excess of 20 years racing, I believe it is. He can handle the car. He knows this Barrie Speedway track.
There's number 31, Wayne Turnbull from Paris, Ontario. He's the man on the hot seat right now. He's 4th with only the top 3 eligible to go to the feature.
And, Bill, I just don't think he's got enough power to get up into the top group to have any effect at all on this race. Had the opportunity to drive that number 31 car in practice a couple of days ago, and boy, it's something. Feel the power behind you, but I just don't think he's got it today, Bill.
There's number 24 again, John Lockhart, facing the wrong direction, but I don't think they'll yellow flag this race. It's the last lap. Yep, it's official. Number 81, John Pennell from Depew, New York, is the winner, with Vince Cristiano and number 10, Ken Karpovich, all advancing to the features race. In an earlier heat today, we had a great battle between 2 Canadians, number 83, Danny Bound from Stouffville, Ontario, and number 35, Craig Hill from Oakville, Ontario, as they both started on the front row.
That's right, Bill, and Bound caught Hill not looking and went around him right off the bat the hard way on the outside groove, with the number 9X, Tim Adams, in 3rd, and number 07, Wade Litt, in 4th place. And there's number 07, Tim Adams, going for 3rd. You may want to check these speeds. You're looking at about 100 miles per hour plus on the straightaways, and going wide coming out of turn number 4. That's number 83, Bound, giving the 35 car, Hill, a chance to sneak up on the inside as they dice it down the back straightaway. Hill taking it lead going into turn number 3. He seems to be able to gain on the front straightaway, and Bound closes in on him going into the corners. White flag is out. We got 1 lap to go. 35 Hill in the lead. 2nd place 83 Bound. 07 Wade Litt trying to make a move on the 83 car. And there's your winner, number 35, Craig Hill.
That means that number 35, Craig Hill, whose car number matches the number of years he's been racing, along with 07 Wade Litt and 9X Tim Adams, advance to the feature. Coming up next is a very special race reserved for the top 6 qualifiers from yesterday's qualification session. It's called a shootout, and the winner of this one starts at the front in the pole position for the 50-lap feature race.
And just to confuse you a little bit more, Bill, but also make it more exciting, the organizers of the shootout have inverted the starting order so that the fastest qualifier, Steve McKnight, is outside last row of the grid, and the slowest of these 6 qualifiers, the number 2X car, Bart Nash from Arlington, Virginia, is at the top on pole. Okay, we are under green for this final.
There's our first mishap. It's Mike Ozite from New Jersey, who gets out of shape and will have to restart from the back of this grid.
And of course, there's the man that would badly like to have the pole honors. It's Steve McKnight from Mississauga, Ontario, who broke the existing Barrie lap record. Okay, green flag is dropped. Your leader, the number 2X car, that's Bart Nash from Arlington, Virginia. Second place, the number 98 car, Dick Peterman from Boyerstown, Pennsylvania. And in the back of the pack, number 1, Arnie Bray, your second fastest qualifier from yesterday's time trials, firmly in 3rd place position, trying to take dead aim at the leaders up ahead of him.
Nice and tight in that turn, I'll say that.
They are, and you can take a look at the top 3. These are a different type of race car, a little bit shorter than our Can-Am TQ midgets. They don't have the wing on them. They are a 2-stroke engine, 500cc limit.
Gary, the thing that amazes me about these cars is the maneuverability. These guys can really move in and out, and if there's an opening, they take it and they go for it.
They sure do, and I'll tell you, sometimes we've seen them out here at 4 wide going down the back straightaway.
Well, it's now 2X. Bart Nash first, 45 Mike Ozite second, followed by 66 Steve McKnight and 06 Dave McKnight. But I don't think Ozite will be content to stay in second spot.
That's right, Bill. He is a hard charger, and he's not going to settle for second place as he tries to sneak up on the inside, does so on the back straightaway into turn number 3. And he loses it just a bit there as the two of them battle it out. Coming up behind the number 66, McKnight, and alongside him his brother, the number 06 car. That is Dave McKnight Jr.
Well, look at the two McKnight brothers. 06 had little trouble getting past Bart Nash, and now brother 66 is after him too.
Yeah, he just powered on by him as we're on the last lap. Ozite is in first, second place Steve McKnight, third place 66 Dave McKnight Jr. Down the back straightaway, McKnight trying to close in on the outside. He goes high. Last lap coming up to the checker flag, and there's your winner, number 45 Ozite. Second place going to the number 06 car, Dave McKnight Jr., followed in third place by the number 66 car, Steve McKnight.
And that means Ozite will start on the front row of the feature race. That is an enviable position. Here's his reaction to winning and starting up front.
Starting on the poles is helpful. We don't have to go through all the traffic that everybody else has to go through, but it should be fine with the adjustments we're thinking of making.
Well, Mike Ozite will have one more race to go before the feature in order to make those car adjustments, and that event is the last chance race.
As you can see, Bill, some of the competitors in this 3/4 midget class require a push start to get them going, as they have no onboard starter motor and no clutch. Once started, they go until shut down by the kill switch.
Well, here we go, and the top 4 racers will advance to the feature out of this heat.
And out into an early lead is number 47. That's Don Adams from Trenton, New Jersey. He's followed by the number 8 car. That's Al Banyard. Danny Bound in the number 83 Kawasaki. And as Bill said, this is the last chance. These are the slower vehicles trying to make the last of the 22 starting positions for our 50-lap feature. Into turn number 2, down the back straightaway. That is the number 47, Donnie Adams from Trenton, New Jersey. That's a 500 Kawasaki, and he's 26 years of age, into the racing for about 7 years, I believe it is. And there's the number 8 of Al Banyard locking up a little bit coming into turn number 1.
The order now in this last chance event is number 47, Don Adams in the lead, followed by 83 Bound, 69 Jim Muncie, and number 8 Al Banyard. But Gary, it appears as if number 8 Banyard is having trouble keeping all his wheels on the track through the corners.
Yeah, he was having some problems yesterday in time trials. You can see that left front wheel lifting up off the ground. I don't think he has got his weight distribution down properly.
Well, number 83, Danny Bound, looks like he's not going to miss the cutoff for this heat. He's in first spot now. You'll remember that he had that great dice with Craig Hill in an earlier heat. and he's followed by number 69, Muncie. This really could be anyone's race.
Yeah, you're right, Bill. And the number 69 car in trouble. He has just pitted. That puts the number 24 Lockhart up into 4th place. And that's the last spot that will be eligible for the feature.
Well, Banyard and Adams are still having a good fight for 2nd place. Banyard's all over Adams, number 47.
And it looks like he's going to take him on the inside, going to corner number 3. Despite his handling problems, he has moved up into 2nd place position.
The order now is number 83, Danny Bound in 1st, Banyard 2nd, Adams 3rd, and John Lockhart 4th.
And of course, that could change, Bill. The number 47 has found some new legs and is challenging Banyard coming out of corner number 4. And down the front, oh, they touching wheels there, Bill. Almost an accident as the 47 car, Adams, takes the lead. Again, you can see the number 8 car, that left front wheel lifting up off the ground. That does give him handling problems when he tries to sneak on the inside. And he overtakes the number 47 car down the front chute. Starting to stretch that lead out now.
I think number 47, Don Adams from Trenton, New Jersey, has a big problem. He's just coasting by us now and looks like he may have blown his engine. That elevates number 24, Lockhart, to 3rd, and Bill Bird and number 39 from Barrie, Ontario, into 4th, as we get the white flag signifying one